What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight 8610 using a new microphone. Please tell me what you guys think about the quality, of course, in the comments below. And yeah, here we go. The top 10 TCG XYZ Monsters. These were voted on by you guys, as well as I put some of my opinions in on this. And we're going to go down the list and talk about the cards as we go down the list. Alright, so yeah, please tell me, of course, what you guys think about the list in the comments, and what you would change, of course, too. Even make your own list if you want, of course, and post as a video response. Anyway, number 10, as you've seen for a while, is Wind Up Carrier Zen Mighty. This card caused a lot of trouble for windups, making them really powerful. I mean, windups were alright before this card came out, but of course when this did, they skyrocketed in price, and a lot of people say that's mainly Hunter's fault, but I kind of blame Zen Mighty, because Hunter was only like a $2 card before this came out, so yeah, it's mainly Zen Mighty in my opinion that caused this. But yeah, that's the reason why it is number 10, because this card caused a lot of trouble. Made one of the top meta decks. Anyway, though, we have number 9 now. Blade Armor Ninja. This card was severely underrated. A lot of people were just thinking because its effect would work on ninjas and it required warrior type monsters to exceed summon that it was worthless. At one point, I believe it was around $1 to $2. You get it like anywhere, online, eBay, whatever. And now this card, I believe, is closer to the $10 range, around in there, $10, $8, something like that. Anyway, though, I know that's not a too significant price raise, but it still matters, because this card is actually very good. You can be used in Elemental Heroes, the Heroics that are going to be coming out in Return of the Duelist, which is like, I guess, 2 packs away for us at the time of making this video. And yeah, it's a really good card. Being able to attack twice can almost OTK your opponent, and it's definitely worth having the number 9 spot on this list. Number 8, number Chaos. It's a Chaos XC. Let's see, 39, Utopia Ray. I keep wanting to say either C or Chaos. It's hard for me to make up my mind. I wish they would just write out Chaos, because that's what it technically is. Anyway, though, this card, I didn't expect this card to actually be that useful, to be honest. Most people don't, I haven't really seen many people that I've built against that use this card, you know, and actually be able to use it. Of course, they always put it in the extra deck, and it's one of those cards, too, that you're really cool if you're able to use it. You know, it's one of those you really hope you can summon just because. The artwork's really nice. I like how it has like the mechanical arms that hold the big sword and everything. It has like 3 swords, you know, this guy uses, so that's pretty cool. Not that bad of a card, though. It's actually pretty usable. And so yeah, it was a bit underrated when it first came out. I mean, I'll admit I kind of underrated this as well, but it's actually a pretty useful card, and you might be able to actually use this more than you think. So yeah, it does deserve the number 8 spot. Number 7, Adreus, Keeper of Armageddon. TCG only card for us. I don't know if they've gotten it yet. It was exclusive for us for a while, though. So yeah, it is a really great card. In my opinion, it's probably our best rank 5 XC monster. I know Tyrus is another great one, but I really like Adreus because its effect to destroy monsters. So that really comes handy. We don't have the Volcanosaurus yet, which the OCG has, which is unfortunate because that's probably the best rank 5 XC monster out there, but this one is our best one, and it's really great. I kind of like the artwork for some reason. It looks pretty cool. It has like a lightsaber dagger is the best way I can describe the weapon that this creature is holding. So yeah, it's really cool looking. I think that it's actually really useful too. I mean, most decks can actually use this more than you would think. I mean, we have Purple Thorny Dragon now, we have Cyber Dragon. There are a lot of ways to bring this card out, and a lot of other archetypes that make it where their level increases and stuff, like windups, and the new OOP arts cards that are coming out as well. They do a lot of that as well. So yeah, actually really useful card. Number 6, Leviathan the Sea Dragon. I know a lot of people are wondering why this isn't higher up on the list. Well, I feel like this card doesn't deserve to be too high on the list. It deserves to be more in the middle, like it is, of course. And evidently you guys, a bunch of you felt the same way too, because that's how it fell on the voting as well. This card is still a very good card to get banished monsters out, you know, because there are a lot of decks out there that, you know, can either banish your cards or, you know, you can banish your own cards. There's a lot of ways. There's a lot of strategies for this card. And it is still a really great XC monster. Not that hard to summon either, you know, of course, it being generic. So yeah, not bad at all. It does deserve a pretty good spot on this list. That's why I believe number 6 is probably the perfect spot for it, because it's not that overpowered as some other XCs, or it's useful, I would say, you know, as splashable, because though a lot of decks can use this card, you don't see a whole lot trying it out, you know, because not many really need it as much as some others. So yeah, that's my reasoning for it being number 6. Number 5, this is one of the reasons why I believe the last one did not deserve to be too much higher, is because number 30, Acid Golem Obstruction. It is a rank 3 as well, and I believe that it is actually more usable in some ways. This card is one of those that was severely underrated too, sort of like Blade Armor Ninja, because of its effect. Now, I do agree its effect is pretty crazy, but having a rank 3 monster with 3000 attack and defense is pretty crazy in itself. And of course, being a numbers monster, you gotta get this card, right? Anyway, this card is a very, very cool card because you can use like skill drain decks with it. You could use creature swap to get rid of it whenever you're done, you know, whenever it starts getting rid of your life points and stuff. So yeah, it is a very interesting card. It can be used to either OTK or to just, if you need a strong monster at that moment, it's great to have. So I can see, you know, most people have been running at least one of these, and it's a great card. Especially in decks like wind-up stuff, they can bring out those rank 3s really easy. This is a great card. Number 4, Ivysaur Loggia. You could say Dolka should be on this instead of Loggia. You know, you could, I would say in some ways they're kind of equal, but in my personal opinion, I believe Loggia is the better one. Dolka is still a great card, and even price-wise, you can see the difference, because Loggia used to be the higher dollar card, but now Dolka is, like, way higher in price than Loggia, which is, you know, does make more sense in some ways. But I like Loggia better because it is more like a Solemn with, in dinosaur form, I guess you want to say. So yeah, it is a great card. The downside, of course, is that you have to get rid of 2 XC materials. Whenever Dolka, you get rid of 1. But Dolka, you can only negate effects, not so much, you know, spells and traps and stuff, too. So that's what I really like about this card, and the reason I kind of like it better. And I do like that it's a cheaper card now, too. So I believe it's, like, even under $20 now, and it used to be when it first came out, like, $40 to maybe even higher. But yeah, though, it's a great card. It really deserves a number 4 spot, and a lot of people weren't thinking this would be too useful until Rescue Rabbit was announced. Without Rescue Rabbit, this card would probably not even be on this list, to be honest. Number 3, which is our number 17, Leviathan Dragon. It's kind of a pain how I number these, you know, in top 10 whenever some of these cards are actually numbers monsters. So yeah, it gets kind of confusing. Hopefully it doesn't confuse you guys, though. Anyway, number 17. The reason it is number 3, I know we might have a lot of debate in this and a lot of talking, is that I believe it really does deserve a high spot on this. I wish its name would have been Revised Dragon, though, like a lot of people were saying at the beginning. It would have been a way cooler name, but anyway, moving off that, I'll let it go. Revised Dragon would have been so much cooler, though. Anyway, though, this card's effect is really great because you gain a strong monster, of course. It's sort of like Acid Golem in some ways. Acid Golem probably replaces this card now in some ways, but I really like this one because it is a cheap card that is actually really usable. It's almost a staple, you know, in some ways, unless you want to go ahead and, like I said, use Acid Golem or Zen Mighty or some other rank 3 that you really need. But this is a great card, in my opinion. It's really easy to get, and that's why I think it deserves a high spot, because I really like seeing a card that's usable, it can be a staple, and yet be like $2 to $3, you know, and that's what this card is, and I believe that's why it deserves a high spot on this list. And it's a great card, especially in ghost form. It looks amazing. Alright, number 2, it has to be number 39, Utopia, right? I would almost say that Utopia should be number 1, really, because it is probably the one that everyone uses. Even if you don't use many XC monsters, more likely you're going to see the person run at least 1 Utopia. The card is easy to XC summon. It's the main character's card, which is kind of surprising, because at the beginning, if you think about it, although I love Dark Magician and Neos, don't get me wrong, but they weren't as usable in many decks. You know, you could use them for fun and stuff, but really in the meta, unfortunately, we all know this, that they weren't as usable. But we had Stardust later and Utopia, which are actually very useful. So it's nice to see another one that's really usable. And it can be used in any deck, which is also very nice. And its effect is really great as well, being able to block attacks. It's really cool card. It's probably, in my personal opinion, it is our best XC monster. And I really like, too, how it's sort of like with Leviathan Dragon. It's a cheap card, easy to get, and yet it's really good and powerful. So yeah, I really like this card, and it does really deserve its number 2, if not being number 1. But by popular demand, we're going to give number 1 to Wind-Up Zen Mains. The reason why I didn't really want to give this number 1 is because it is such a high dollar card. I have a problem against high dollar cards. Why? Because that's kind of one of the things that makes me annoyed with Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, because cards do not need to be over $100. I don't care what the card is. I mean, for me, if I was going to spend $100 on a card, it better win the game instantly for me, because there's no way. I don't think I've spent over $20 on one card. So yeah, but I know a lot of people do, you know, and that's fine too. But anyway, this card is, though, I mean, I will admit, it is the best XC monster we have. It's just too bad that it is such a pain to get. Hopefully you'll get a reprint and easy to get, though, and then I'll change my mind completely. But its effect is really great, being able to not be destroyed, you know, really easily at all. I mean, this card, and it destroys monsters if it is almost destroyed. So yeah, it's just an amazing card. It had to be a wind-up, of course, you know, and and it's a generic one, which makes it even better. So yeah, it is unfortunately our best one. Like I said, I say unfortunately because I hate the price on this card. That's the reason I don't even use Tour Guide, even though it's getting reprinted. I hate it whenever a card's a high dollar, but that's just my personal opinion and problem against that. But please tell me what you guys think should be number 1, or, you know, if you agree, disagree, what would be your top 10? If you want, even make a video, tell me. Post it as a video response. I'll add it as a video response. And, or even just in the comments, whatever you guys think. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. Remember, this is just what the cards are out now. Galactic Overlord is not out yet, so of course I'm not having any of those cards on the list. We'll probably do an OCG list later, or a mixed list if you guys want. Of course, just request it in the comments or something. You know, just tell me. If enough people ask, I will go ahead and do that too. Also, I might even redo a synchro list and stuff too, because I remember I did that. I don't know, it might have been over a year from now that I did, or a year ago, I mean, that I did that. So yeah, anyway, please tell me what you guys think, of course, and remember to Falcon Punch that like button. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, you guys, and later. Thanks for watching my latest video. Be sure to subscribe before you leave, and also be sure to leave a comment and rate this video before you leave as well. Alright, so yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. Later.